It's March, and March is a very special time of the year because it's when baseball season officially starts. I'm a big baseball fan, and there are 3 teams I follow. My favorite team is the Los Angeles Dodgers. I grew up a Dodgers fan, so you can't accuse me of being a bandwagon fan. But I also like the Toronto Blue Jays and the Los Angeles Angels. I wish they were still called the Anaheim Angels, but whatever. And the Angels are the team we're going to discuss in this video. You see, they were the subject of one of my favorite childhood movies, the 1994 Disney classic, Angels in the Outfield. I didn't realize it until I was making this video, but Angels in the Outfield is actually a remake of a movie from 1951 that focused on the Pittsburgh Pirates. That's interesting. Anyways, the 1994 version spawned 2 sequels that were made for TV. 1997's Angels in the End Zone, which obviously focused on football, and 2000's Angels in the Infield, which was a return to baseball. Angels in the Infield is what we'll be watching today.
Take me out.
Eddie Everett is a washed-up pitcher for the Angels that is more concerned with trading stocks than he is with playing baseball.
Oh, 80 shares. Buy Microsoft Sell Market.
You may recognize Eddie as Patrick Warburton. He's been in a ton of stuff and does a lot of voice work, most notably as Kronk in The Emperor's New Groove. And if you've been on the Soarin' Around the World ride at Disney's California Adventure, you'll remember him as the captain in the intro video. Eddie receives a phone call in the middle of the game. It's his ex-wife, Claire, and she is at the game with their daughter, Laurel. She tells him that she's moving to Boston and leaving their daughter with him. Since he's a deadbeat dad, he chases after her to try and stop this, but he doesn't get to her in time, and he has to take his daughter home.
This should be fun, huh?
What a horrible inconvenience. It is at this time that we meet Eddie's agent, Simon, played by the hilarious Kurt Fuller. He's been in a lot of stuff, but he plays what is probably my favorite character in the history of television, Woody Strode from Psych.
I'm going to need a volunteer first. I have to warn you, it involves me whacking you in the head with this baseball bat.
Alright, so Laurel and Eddie make it home, and it goes about how you'd expect. Laurel doesn't want to be there, and Eddie treats her like the wonderful father he is.
There's no bed.
Yeah. Huh?
Laurel catches her dad watching an old video of when he was a good pitcher and his team was winning. This makes her sad, so she prays that God will help him find purpose again.
Could you give him another chance?
There are a lot of sports news stories thrown in between scenes about how terrible the Angels are. And well, I wish that wasn't realistic, but most seasons, it's pretty true. Although, interestingly enough, they are the only team in MLB history to have never lost 100 games in a season.
I don't care much for sports, unless we're talking professional cornhole, but what I really do love is sports betting. It has become a little boring now that it's legal, but I have found some pretty creative ways to continue betting illegally.
After this, the story gets going. During Laurel's ballet class, a man outside seemingly falls from the sky and stares at her through the window. That's not at all uncomfortable. This is Bob Bueller, former Major League pitcher and current Angel, and he's played by David Alan Grier, another very prolific actor with almost 400 credits to his name. He stars in one of my favorite new shows, St. Denis Medical. Bob was a great up-and-coming pitcher in his day, but died at the age of 30 before his career really would have taken off. He's here with a team of Angels to help Laurel and her dad. Laurel quickly realizes that she's the only one who can see or hear him.
How'd you get in here?
To the door.
Not you.
Oh, me.
Him!
Who?
She also learns that this team of Angels is not very good.
Actually, we're second string.
Well, who do I pray to get the first string?
Excuse me? There's no need to get nasty.
So she takes it upon herself to train the Angels. The real Angels, not the baseball team. That's confusing. Then she employs the help of her dad, who always wanted to be a baseball manager. This really helps them to bond.
So the manager signals to the catcher that a hit and run is coming, and then the catcher signals to pitcher for a pitch out.
Wait, what about Turtle?
Hi. Hey, what's up?
You know what? I'm going to come back later when you're done playing with the dolls.
The real Angels start helping the baseball Angels, and they actually start winning. They end up making it to the American League pennant. But this is where things get a little crazy. The devil shows up. That's right, the devil. Wait, isn't that the guy from the Goosebumps Haunted Mask episode? Yeah, that's Colin Fox. Sadly, he passed away last year, but he was awesome.
You know, back in the 40s, I was a pretty decent shortstop. I played with some of the greats.
Well. It's time to pay the piper.
Look, I don't have those bootleg CDs you asked for. I'm sorry.
You lost the bet, Frank, so you're gonna have to do something else for me. For the next month, you're not allowed to use crosswalks at all. You gotta jaywalk everywhere you go.
Okay.
Yes.
The championship matchup is set. It'll be the Angels versus the Crimson Devils. Now, the Crimson Devils are not a real team. At first, I thought maybe the producers only had the rights to the Angels, but this movie also mentions the Baltimore Orioles, and they're a real team, so I don't know. Maybe they just wanted it to be the Angels versus the Devils. Who knows? The captain of the Crimson Devils and Eddie's longtime rival, Randy Fleck, signs a deal with the Devil to make his team better.
What do I do?
Bleed.
Play ball.
Wow, this is a Disney movie? Laurel's ballet recital just so happens to be on the same day as the championship, and since Eddie is a good dad now, he insists he'll go to the recital one way or another.
I'm going to your dance recital. I don't care if it's in Timbuktu. I'm going.
Really?
Really.
Luckily, the game should end just in time for him to make it. However, the devil makes it rain, which creates a rain delay. Eddie decides he would rather skip the game than miss the recital. It looks like Eddie is going to miss the game completely, but he makes it just in time to pitch in the 9th inning with the Angels up by 1 point. It looks like he's about to blow it, but Bob appears to him and encourages him.
You can do it. You can do it because of them. Their confidence in you.
He throws out the last batter and the Angels win the pennant, sending the devil and his cronies home. Eddie's ex-wife shows up and they kiss, and the family is back together at last. Then we cut to Bob striking out Babe Ruth in heaven.
I don't care. Free, you're out. Out. Game's over,
Thanks for watching. This movie gets a lot of hate online, but I thought it was pretty good. It's funny, lighthearted, and harmless. We don't need critics for everything. So the other night, I had a dream that I was a baseball player. Not too strange, right? Well, I sleep with a sleep apnea mask, so the dream went a little like this.